This true story is honestly not something that I am particularly proud or happy to share with you today. It is a source of my greatest regret, which has now become my most valuable lesson.
This story serves as a very stern warning for those of you who are still trading your sleep for more working hours. For those of you who ignore a glass of water just to chase targets that never seem to end.
If you feel that your body is invincible and health can be bought tomorrow, listen to our story before it is all too late. Before your life turns into a series of numbers on a hospital monitor screen. There is a date that is permanently etched into my memory. May 31st, 2024. That day, my life stopped being just a series of future plans and simply turned into a struggle just to take the very next breath.
In just one single night, our world came crashing down. June 1st, 2024. As dawn broke, two small tubes were implanted into my husband's chest. That was the moment we had to accept reality and start walking into the dialysis room.
That room resembled a military barrack. 60 beds were lined up neatly. In there, death and hope sit side by side as neighbors. We might greet each other today, but tomorrow often only sad news remains on the phone screen. My world is now measured in milliliters. Less than 600 milliliters of water a day. That is the price that I have to pay for every extra minute of time that I have with them.
That thirst is no longer just about feeling thirsty. It is an internal battle every single second. I know that he is suffering. Sometimes, longing for a normal life, he steals a little taste of good food when I am not around. I know. But I choose to look away and pretend not to see because my heart breaks watching my husband bear such a heavy burden.
When that machine starts spinning to clean my blood, these tears often fall uncontrollably. I feel all alone in the middle of a crowd. But every time I hear my wife's footsteps drawing near, I quickly wipe away my tears. I pretend to be asleep. I don't want her to see her hero falling to pieces.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. My husband never stops. He keeps on working. He is a father who refuses to give in to fate.
120 kilometers round trip. Roughly 6 hours of my life are spent on the road every day. Leaving while the world is still dark after dawn. And only touching the house key when it's very late at night. I do it all for my wife, whom I love so very much. For my 2 children, whom I cherish. And for the company where I serve. For about 9 years, I gave whatever strength I had left, thinking that dedication to the company was everything. But when this body is no longer capable, I learned a reality that is a real wake-up call. Our loyalty to work will never be worth a damaged kidney. When the body collapses, our position at the office can easily be replaced by someone else in days.
Speaking of the camaraderie that we often glorify, it slowly fades when we are no longer at the top. Some friends might say they care, but as time goes by, they must return to their own busy lives. In the end, no company award or applause from colleagues can accompany the sting of the needle's prick. At that point, we realize that in the end, only family is where we truly lean. Maybe on Wednesday, amidst his exhaustion from work, He's forced to endure the loneliness and face that machine alone. But on Saturday, I make sure he won't have to bear it alone. I will always be there. Even when he has to sit in a wheelchair because his legs can no longer support the world.
My two children, who at that time were still so young, they weren't even 10 years old. But during the time I was undergoing dialysis, they had to see their father in his weakest state. They were forced to grow up by the circumstances.
Seeing their small hands helping to push their father's wheelchair, that is the most heartbreaking sight for me.
Forgive me, Ayana, for stealing your childhood with this burden. Every time they smile, I know I have to survive for one more day. I have kidney failure because of my past negligence. Staying up late, not drinking enough, hypertension, and neglecting rest for the sake of work ambition. Today I'm given a second chance to understand what life truly means.
Life isn't about how much water we drink or how far we can go at work.
Life is about who continues to hold your hand when the machine starts to turn.
That machine might clean your blood medically,
But it's our love that cleanses all the sorrow in the soul. As long as we're together, this breath will never be in vain.